So today we're gonna again talk about our little sea turtles, green sea turtles. Then we are going to record our thinking about the key details from the words, illustrations, and text box into our journal. So that's how you're gonna show me you're successful, is if you write at least one thing from the words, the illustrations, and the text boxes in your journal. So let's go ahead and start with just looking at this page, this next page. I see the sea turtle can float on top of the water, and it looks like it's floating in seaweed. Okay, so in the illustrations I learned baby sea turtles hide in seaweed. It looks like they're hiding, doesn't it? So maybe they're hiding from those predators that might eat them. So let's go ahead and read those words and see what we can learn from those words. For a while, I drifted on the surface of the water. I hid in patches of floating seaweed and ate small sea animals. So I was right about what's happening in the picture. He's hiding in the seaweed. Now I am grown up. I mostly eat seagrass and other plants. I swim through the open ocean. So I went ahead and wrote down from those words, sea turtles eat seagrass and plants. So now that I know what they eat, they hide in seaweed when they're little, and they eat seagrass and plants. Now I didn't see anything else like I get information from, no text box on this page. So let's go to the next page and see if there's a text box. Okay, first let me go ahead and look at the illustration. I can see here the turtle is on the beach, right? That's what I see. So I can write here for illustrations, they go on the beach. So they don't always stay in the water. I guess they can come up on the beach, right? I can see that in the picture. Let's see if we can find out what they're doing in the words. Last year, I swam back to the beach where I was hatched. I swam hundreds and hundreds of miles, and I didn't even need a map. Okay, so that's telling me they know where they were born and they go back to that beach. That's interesting. I didn't stay long. I laid my eggs and hurried back to the water. I left my babies to hatch by themselves. Oh, this little sea turtle who's telling the story laid eggs, so I guess it was a girl sea turtle, because she's laying her eggs at the beach. Oh, so I'm going to write down that information here from what I learned from the words. They go to the beach to lay eggs. Okay, so I'm going to write that under here, my key detail from words. They go to the beach to lay eggs. I could also write down, if I wanted to, that they don't stay with their babies and hatch them like a bird would. They just leave them and bury them in the sand. And look at that green thing. That's my text box. Should I read it? Of course I should. I might get some interesting information out of that. It says, every 2 to 4 years, green sea turtles swim about 1,300 miles or 2,080 kilometers to return to the exact same beach where they were born. Scientists aren't sure how the turtles can swim so far without getting lost. Okay, so right there from that text box, I learned that green sea turtles swim back to the same beach where they were born every 2 to 4 years. Okay, so text box. Every 2 to 4 years, they go back home, basically. They swim, and it could be a really long way, back to the beach where they were born. Okay, awesome. Interesting information from that text box. Now, this is the page. These are the 2 pages that you are going to read to see what information that you can find out about sea turtles, what key details you learn about the sea turtle's life, to write here in your journal under what you learned from the words, the illustrations, and the text box. So let's just closely look at that picture first. What is that sea turtle doing, and where is it? What does it look like it's doing? Looks like it's sleeping. Oh, where is it? Where is it? That might be what you would want to write under illustrations. If you'd like to stop the video, go ahead and jot down a sentence with a capital and period to tell me what that sea turtle is doing. Okay, now let's go ahead and read the words so we can see what those sea turtles doing. We sea turtles are pretty independent. I mostly eat and swim all by myself, even if there are other sea turtles around. So what's that word independent mean? Well, the words actually tell you what independent means. Independent means they mostly eat and swim by themselves. So if you're independent, you're doing things by yourself. So they don't play with other sea turtles and hang out. They're mostly independent and do their own thing. So you might want to write that down for what you learned from the words. Or over here, let's see. Sometimes when I am near shore, I lie by myself under a rocky ledge and take a nap. I can stay underwater like this for more than 2 hours. Oh wow, there's something that tells you where they nap maybe, or where they, how long they can stay underwater. That might be interesting information you can write down here under the words. What did you learn about sea turtle from these words? Either from this page, or this page, or maybe you could earn that purple if you wanted to give yourself a color by writing 2 things under what you learned from the words. I want complete sentences too, like I've been writing. I want a capital and a period at the end. Okay, let's go to that text box. Should we read it? Yes, we should. In deep water, sea turtles stretch out on the surface of the ocean water and sleep. Oh, well, from that text box, I learned something about the way they sleep too. Deep water means you're far, 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 far from land. So, what did you learn about them sleeping in the text box? Maybe you can write a sentence here about that. You know, you can stop the video at any time to jot down that information. Okay, so I want you to show me that you're successful. You're going to write at least 1 sentence about what you learned from the words, 1 sentence from the illustrations, and 1 sentence from the text box. And when I say sentence, I mean capitals and periods, because there's a lot of writing here. Like this, what you're learning, I'm not going to make you do a separate writing this week as long as you do this. If you don't, I'm going to send you a separate writing. So be careful with that and make sure you write full sentences, and this will be your writing for the week.